live. Today is 15th day of November 2021. For the meantime, be guided with our etiquette. Let's put ourselves in the presence of our Lord Almighty through a song prayer to be rendered by Ms. April Garcia, Mr. Benzer Cumia with Sir Howard Bong Abaw of Oriental Mindoro National High School from the Schools Division of Calapan City, to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Il Signore mi rende uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
Doviccio Dio, lasciarlo seminare l'amore.
Where there is hatred, let me sow love.
Dove c'è ferita,
Where there is injury,
perdono. Dove c'è
where
dubbio,
there is doubt,
fede. Dove c'è
where
desperazione
there is
di
despair,
sperare, dove c'è
where
nerezza,
there is sadness,
illuminarsi, dove c'è tristezza
there is sadness,
e gioia. Oh, divine Master, grant that I may not so much see to be consoled as to
to
console.
be understood as to understand,
To be loved as to love. It is in dying that we are born again.
It is in dying that we are born again.
It is in dying that we are born again.
To eternal
Il Signore mi rende
life.
uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord,
Il Signore
make me an instrument of your peace.
MIMAROPA is a diverse region composed of 5 provinces and 2 cities. Geographically, we may be divided by seas, but we are united in spirit and common goal, excellence and integrity. 7 divisions united as one, let us joyfully sing the MIMAROPA March.
Mga sangay may pangalinaw, katluan ng karunungan, tanging hangarin kay paglingkuran. MIMAROPA, MIMAROPA, ika'y walang kapantay. Mga bulok sa karagatan, bilang buklan ng pagkakasa. Oriental, Occidental, Mindoro, lungsod ng Kalaban, Palawan, Puerto Princesa, Mundo Marinduque. Nagdidinig ang iyong ganda, pag-asa ng bayan simpa. Dependiyo, MIMAROPA, MIMAROPA, mabuhay ka. Oriental, Occidental, Mindoro, lungsod ng Kalaban, Palawan, Puerto Princesa, Mundo Marinduque. Nagdidinig ang iyong ganda, pag-asa ng bayan simpa. Dependiyo, MIMAROPA, MIMAROPA, mabuhay ka. MIMAROPA, MIMAROPA, MIMAROPA,
Muli isang napakagandang umaga po sa lahat ng Pilipinong mamabasa mula Luzon, Visayas hanggang Mindanao at saang mang sulok kayo naroroon. Lalong higit ang mga magagaling na guro sa pagbasa mula sa rehiyon ng MIMAROPA. Sabi nga po, let's tell a child a good story and earn the most genuine of all smiles. And now, this is the true story. The story of all the hard-working reading teachers of MIMAROPA. Because your names are now written on the child's storybook. So I deserve all your genuine smiles and virtual round of applause. Kaya nga po ngayong umaga, gusto ko po munang makita at mapakinggan ang palakpakan at pinawan ninyo virtually. At kapag tinawag ko po ang inyong schools division, maaari bang i-open ang inyong mga camera and please show us your biggest smiles. Pwede po bang ilagay din natin ang emojis na ibibigay ko sa inyo? Just a quick survey on how you are feeling right now. Sige nga po, uulitin ko ang aking instruction. Pag tinawag ko po ang schools division, pwede bang buksan ang ating mga camera and give us your greatest smile. And of course, konting wave naman dyan. At ilalagay po yung emoji na ibibigay ko for schools division. Ayan, kamusta po kayong lahat? Isang magandang Monday morning sa inyong lahat. Ayan, umpisahan natin sa Schools Division of Oriental Mindoro. Pwede bang makita mga participants sa isang magandang Catriona Gray na kaway naman dyan. From the Schools Division of Calapan City, isang kaway. And bigyan nyo naman ako ng isang clap emoji. Pwede bang bigyan ako ng isang clap emoji katulad ng nasa screen ko? Ayan, hello po from Schools Division of Oriental Mindoro, mga kababayan. Magandang umaga po sa inyo diyan. Ayan, thank you very much. Thank you. Ayan. At syempre, gusto ko rin pong kumustahin. And bago po ang lahat, gusto ko pong batiin ng happy founding anniversary ang Oriental Mindoro. Ayan, alam kong nasa inyo po kayo mga sariling bahay. Kaya relax lang kayo dyan. Kami ang bahala sa inyo. Next, we have from the School Division of Occidental Mindoro. Nasaan po ang participants natin? From Occidental Mindoro, pwede bang makahingi naman ako ng napakagandang smiles dyan? And of course, a wave. From Oxygen, pwede bang kaway-kaway tayo, Oxygen? At bigyan nyo naman ako ng isang wow emoji katulad ng nasa screen ko ngayon. Wow emoji from the Occidental Mindoro Division. Wow, thank you very much. Wow. Kagaganda at kagagwapo naman po. Ayan. Bigyan ko ng emphasis ang nagbigay ng isang wow sa chat box. Sa chat box, we have Sir Christian, Ma'am Jean Rose, Sir Mark Angelo, at marami pa pong iba. Thank you very much, Ormin and Oxymin. Next, of course, ang aking lupang sinilangan. Isa namang heart emoji at isang napakagandang kaway mula sa lungsod ng Calapan. Hello, Calapan City Division. Isang magandang kaway naman dyan. Kaway naman po from Calapan City at bigyan nyo naman ako na isang heart emoji. Ayan. Nasa na ang heart emoji? Punuin po natin ang heart emoji. Ang screen natin ngayon from Calapan City Division. Kaway-kaway naman kayo dyan, Calapan City. Ayan, relax-relax kayo dyan sa bahay. And of course, kami po ang inyong makakasama. Thank you very much, Calapan City Division. At syempre, papahuli pa naman from School Division of Palawan. Isang magandang kaway naman dyan from the School Division of Palawan. Hello! At bigyan nyo naman ako ng isang party emoji, kada emoji from School Division of Palawan. Pahingi ako ng isang kada or party emoji. Ayan, kagaganda ng inyong ngiti dyan mula sa Palawan. At syempre ang inyong kababayan diyan. Let's have Puerto Princesa City Division. Isang kaway naman dyan, Puerto Princesa, at alam kong masaya kayo. Kaya bigyan nyo ako ng isang happy emoji. From PPC, isang happy emoji naman dyan at isang kaway-kaway. Hello, PPC Division! Kaway-kaway! Ayan. Isang happy emoji. Ma'am Grace Marinay, Ma'am Jailika, Jane, Ma'am Maybel Mabelia, Sir Gilbert Anyar, at marami pa pong iba. Ayan. Thank you very much, PPC! At syempre, dumako naman tayo sa Schools Division of Romblon. Isang kaway-kaway naman dyan, Romblon, at syempre isang joy emoji. Nasaan po from the Schools Division of Romblon? Kaway-kaway. Ipakita nga po ang isang caption yun na gray na kaway. Ayan. At pwede bang pa-opa naman dyan from the Schools Division of Romblon? Ayan. Hello po. Ayan, si Sir Alave and the rest of the Schools Division of Romblon. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat yan. At syempre, nasa na ang Schools Division of Marinduque. Isa namang thumbs up, katulad ng nasa screen ko, at isang kaway-kaway from the Schools Division of Marinduque. Hello po sa inyo dyan. Ayan. Nakikita po tayong lahat sa buong Pilipinas via DepEd Philippines Live. And of course, sa lahat ng Schools Division Offices Facebook pages. Kaya ibigay ang inyong napakagandang smile. At syempre, isang napakagandang kaway-kaway din sa buong MIMAROPA reading pictures mula sa MIMAROPA region. Ayan, kaway-kaway po tayong lahat. Ayan. From the Schools Division of, yan, nabigay ko na kanina lahat. We have Occidental Mindoro, Oriental Mindoro, Calapan City, Palawan. We have Puerto Princesa, Romblon, at Marinduque. Ayan. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at napaka-active ng inyong participation ngayong umaga. Yan po yung energy na kailangan namin ngayong umaga, kaya maraming salamat. You know what? You're all our local heroes in our own ways. If only the characters po na pinapabasa at pinapakilala natin sa mga bata during our reading time or reading session ay nakakapagsalita, they would rather say, thank you for giving life. And alam ko, naniniwala ako that children would say, thank you for making us smile and thank you for making everything possible. Alam po natin na ang mapabasa ang mga bata ay tunay na isang napakalaking achievement sa ating mga guro. Hindi po ba? Ayan, isang thumbs up naman po para sa sinabi ko. Ayan, at sabayan pa kung lalo po ang ating mga estudyante ay mas nakakaunawa. Dagdag pa po ang hamon ng pandemya sa ating adhikain ito. Pero hindi tumitigil ang kagawaran ng edukasyon, lalong higit ang lahat ng mga guro upang lalong pausbungin ang maalab na puso para sa mga batang nais matuto. Kaya po isang napakagandang Christmas gift talaga po ito para sa ating mga bata. At syempre gusto ko rin batiin kayo lahat dyan ng isang advance Merry Christmas. Kaya ngayon tayo ay magsama-sama upang matutong muli at maipakita sa ating mag-aaral na mayroong pag-asa. Folks, join me in welcoming you in this first ever Regional Online Reading Congress. Ayan, yan po ang ating official teaser ng MIMAROPA Reading Congress. Kaya nga po, don't forget to post on your Facebook using the hashtag RORC2021. Again po, ang ating hashtag for today, hashtag RORC2021. And don't forget to follow and like the MIMAROPA Reading Congress Facebook page. as well as the DepEd MIMAROPA page. You can also watch us live on your Facebook account through DepEd MIMAROPA Facebook page at syempre sa pitong Facebook pages ng School Division Offices and DepEd Philippines FB page. And to formally welcome us to this affair, let us have the woman with compassion and integrity, the Chief of the Curriculum and Learning Management Division. Sabayan niyo po ako na magbigay ng isang virtual round of applause to Madam Manflor B. Musa.
Sleep is good, but books are better. This is from George Martin. Thanks to this person who altered this funny yet seemingly interesting line, if one knows how to read between it. To the very able, compassionate, and beloved Regional Director of this region, Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong, to our Assistant Regional Director, Attorney Suzette Ganaban Medina, to all the functional division chiefs of this region, to all the schools division superintendents, assistant schools division superintendents, CID chiefs, education program supervisors of English and Filipino, to my dependable team from the CLMD, to the school heads and reading teachers participants of this activity, 2021 Regional Online Reading Congress, a blissful and productive morning to one and all. Certainly, the significance of reading cannot be underestimated. Carol Gray once said that reading early in life gives a youngster a multitude of friends to guide intellectual and emotional growth. This makes reading vital among school children as it gives them opportunities to gain new insights and perspectives from others. It also opens doors of opportunities to them as they develop various skills through reading. In this context, it is implied that teachers play a great role in motivating learners to become lovers of books and excellent readers. How its learner will be motivated to become good reader pose challenge to educators' capacity to propel them to read and make reading a habit. This is what prompted us in the Curriculum and Learning Management Division to enhance teachers' capacity on the pedagogical knowledge and skills in teaching reading. This reading congress is just one of the activities in the enhanced Basa MIMAROPA reading program, where the main aim is to achieve a reading region, that every child in the region is a reader. We conceptualized this reading congress and series of activities for us to be reminded once again of the value of reading in the development of oneself. To develop among us essential reading and literacy skills and improve one's mental and psychological well-being through reading. This is also our way of joining the Department of Education in its National Reading Month celebration. Yes, the world is without Game of Thrones if George Martin chose sleep over books. As cliche as it can be, reading can bring you to time and places you've never been to. You can be beside Nick Joaquin when you read The Woman Who Had Two Novels, or you can go now to New York if you read The Catcher in the Rye, or even spell the magic word in Hogwarts in the Harry Potter. In essence, it is an instant visa and passport without practicing the minimum health protocols. You can even remove your mask. Now, setting aside the humor, reading is essential in one's life, in both our work and personal lives, reading helps us a lot in delivering the kind of education we are mandated to give. The idea and practice of reading is an integral part of our everyday lives. We at the Curriculum and Learning Management Division believe that reading is the backbone of our education system, and we will do our best to fulfill the very theme of this reading month. If we desire and aim for a reading region, it should also begin from every one of us. Let us help our learners reach many places and fulfill their dreams through reading by rousing and inflicting in them the love and habit of reading. Let us raise the challenge and let us make every MIMAROPAN a reader. Once again, thank you and welcome to this activity. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. God bless us all.
Thank you very much to our dear CLMD Chief, Madam Mariflora B. Musa, for those welcoming and encouraging words. Muli po, bigyan natin ng isang virtual round of applause, the CLMD Chief, ang ina ng CLMD, Madam Mariflora B. Musa. Maraming salamat po. And now, let us wait no more. Now, let us see which among the 7 divisions has the most energetic, enthusiastic, and bombastic virtual hashtag. To present our participants, let's have on the virtual floor, Ma'am Annabel Marmol, Education Program Supervisor in MAPE, with assistance of the Division Education Program Supervisors in English and Filipino as they introduce their respective division.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga po, MIMAROPA region. Just like what Ms. Sandra said, let us see which among the 7 divisions has the most energetic virtual hashtag. I know you are all ready, pero hindi ko ito magagawa mag-isa. Hayaan yung tawagin ko sa bawat division ang masisipag at magagaling na education program supervisors in English and in Filipino. Pwede po nating buksan ang camera at syempre, gusto naming mabasa at makita ang inyong bonggang hashtags. To start with, to introduce the participants from SDO Oriental Mindoro. Let's hear from Sir Tervel Saez, EPS in English, and Ma'am Magdalena Morales, EPS in Filipino. Hello po, tinatawagan po namin ang aming supervisor mula sa SDO Oriental Mindoro to introduce the participants. Thank you po. Sir Tervel Saez, EPS in English, and Ma'am Magdalena Morales, EPS in Filipino.
Gamitin yung stop.
Okay, babalikan na lang po natin ang SDO Oriental Mindoro. We'll now have the Division of Occidental Mindoro. To introduce the participants, let us hear from the SDO EPSS in English and Filipino. Sir Dr. Adelardo Malaluan, EPS in English, and Sir Eduardo Elarma, EPS in Filipino.
Hello, good morning everyone. Good morning, MIMAROPA. Can you hear me, Ma'am Bin?
Yes
Maliwanag.
po, sir. Yes po.
Okay. Magandang umaga po, MIMAROPA, and good morning, reading advocates. Want to see the largest coral reef in the Philippines? How about the floating cottages? Want to have an amazing adventure to the world's longest island-to-island zipline? Gusto mo bang makakita ng real tamaraw? Then welcome to our province, Occidental Mindoro, the marine wonderland of Luzon. Occidental Mindoro occupies the western half of the island of Mindoro. Its capital is Mamburao, but the largest municipality is San Jose. It comprises 11 municipalities with 15 districts, 304 elementary schools, 56 secondary schools, and 3 integrated schools, with 259 elementary school heads and 60 secondary school heads. Occidental Mindoro is known for the home of tamarows, the home of indigenous people, the home of highly caliber administrators, dedicated school heads, committed teachers, and supportive stakeholders headed by our Schools Division Superintendent Lynn Guzar Mendoza and Assistant Schools Division Superintendent Rudel S. Magnaye. In support to the National Reading Program, Hamon Bawat Bata Bumabasa, and Regional Reading Program, Basa Mimaropa, Occidental Mindoro launched the Division Reading Program, Basa Arangkada, on September 7, 2020. Here are our participants to this year's Regional Reading Congress, headed by our Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Raquel Panaligan Hirao, our Education Program Supervisor in Filipino, Eduardo D. Eliarma, our District Supervisors, Dr. Ferdinand G. Gotoy, Manuel F. Padilla, Joel P. Bercasio, Menya Q. Gamboa, Dr. Cecil B. Jose, Maria Nona T. Feliciano, Dr. Marilyn Espilie, Dr. Rosalie T. Reheño, Dr. Emmanuel B. Flores, and Evelyn C. Barrientos. From the line of school heads, Norman G. Palapos of Manuot Elementary School, Renante L. Consolacion, Principal 2 of Sibalat Elementary School, Vladimir J. Orbina, Principal 2 of Mangarin Elementary School, Brian M. Angagan, Head Teacher 1 of Malpalon Elementary School, Ronald T. Samonte, Principal 1, Maliig Elementary School, Maria Nympha T. de Guzman, Principal 2, Magsikap National High School. Maribel B. Aguda, Principal 1 of Paluan National High School. Redina S. Cortuna, Head Teacher 5, Occidental Mindoro National High School. Perla P. Garcia, Head Teacher 5, Sablayan National Comprehensive High School. Melanie D. Villar, Head Teacher 1, Luok National High School. Emily B. Reyes, Principal 2 of Colanglupa Elementary School. Herbert E. Orel, Jr., Head Teacher 1, Pawikan Elementary School. Dian Joy Gaston, Head Teacher 1, Dungon Elementary School. Sinen P. Delara, Principal 3 of Paluan Central School. Juris V. Villas, Teacher 3, TIC of Tagbak Elementary School. Marife E. Paredes, Principal 4 of Kalintaan National High School. Clifford M. Villarosa, Head Teacher 5 of Sablayan National Comprehensive High School. Alfredo S. Puli Jr., Principal 3 of Lubang Integrated High School. Dante Dumale, Principal 2 of Pinagturilan National High School. Catherine Cabral, Principal 2 of Pernaga National High School. From Master Teacher, we have Josephine Malaluan of San Jose Pilot Elementary School. Maria Teresa G. Gaugel, MT2 of Pag-asa Central School. Melody Jane Delara, MT1 Paluan Central School. Lovely Grace Salas, MT1 of Tugilan Elementary School. Samuel D. De La Cruz, MT1 of Claudio Salgado Elementary School. Pinky P. Del Valle, MT1 of PTMS MNHS. Marlene C. Suyat, MT1 of Rizal National High School. Edmond Lualhati, MT1 of Magsaysay National High School. Rachel P. Bagsik, MT1 of Sablayan National Comprehensive High School. Giovanni C. Mercado, MT1 of OMNHS. Renante Quinones, MT1 of Kulanguan Elementary School. Bernilyn Paglikawan, MT1 of Paluan Central School. Yolanda P. Karangalan, MT2 of San Jose Pilot Elementary School. Estrella C. Abellera, MT1 of Tangkalan Elementary School. Maria Criselda Nolia, MT1 of Ansiray Elementary School. Maria Victoria Villaflores, MT2 of Occidental Mindoro National High School. Randy Basister, MT1, Pedro T. Menjola Senior Memorial National High School. Carmelita Selvano, San Jose National High School. Rami Mondia, MT1, Magsaysay National High School. Maria Veronica Desiree N. Manalo, MT1 of Santa Cruz National High School. And for the list of our master teachers, Sandra O. Pagayonan of Tagumpay Elementary School, Christine Polen Di Malaluan, Mendiguren Elementary School, Mark Angelo C. Urbano, Eleuterio Soriano School, Alan R. Wajong, G.E. Ramirez Memorial Elementary School, Rex Darlon Urbano, San Jose National High School, Christian Soliman of Magsaysay National High School, Magarang Extension, Jomar C. Alvaro, San Vicente National High School, Altea Zol Sadia of OMNHS San Luis, Geoffrey Fabic, Baraha National High School, Jomar Binidoy, Manuot National High School, Jopas of San Jose National High School, Jomel Salceda of Talapa Elementary School, Sara Aldovino of Armado Elementary School, Rosen Santarinala, Imok Elementary School, Imelda D. Silan of Aguas Elementary School, Mary Magdalene Aguila Toscano of Bamburao Central School, Feliciana D. Enriquez of San Jose National High School, Ernest Bolingbayan, Occidental Mindoro National High School, Rhea May Garcia of Bubog National High School, Frede Montero of Ligaya National High School, Benji Calyao of Magsaysay National High School, and Myla T. Karenan of Paluan National High School. And that's our participants for our regional congress today. And indeed, we believe edukasyon ay aarangkada sa batang marunong bumasa. DepEd Occidental Mindoro, edukasyon ay numero Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Salamat po, Division of Occidental Mindoro, numero 1. Ngayon po, tinatawagan natin ang Division ng Calapan City para po ipakilala ang bilang o ipasabihin ang bilang ng participants mula sa kanilang division.
Isang pag-asa, hamak na buo, kumuskuhan.
Dr. Joey Gutierrez, EPS in English, and Sir Marlon Francisco, EPS in Filipino.
Alright, magandang umaga po, ma'am. Ma'am, naririnig niyo po ako?
Yes po, sir. Clear po.
Alright, from the division that soars high with integrity, we are from the Schools Division of Calapan City. Our division is situated in the haven of discipline and good character, the city of Calapan. With only 58 elementary schools all, in spite of being small, we have proven that we continuously prove that we can achieve big. Our delegation is headed by our hardworking CID Chief, Ma'am Florina L. Madrid, with my co-education program supervisor in charge of the reading program, Mr. Marlon L. Francisco. We are composed of 1 CID Chief, 2 EPSS, 10 PSDSS, 20 school heads, and 42 teachers with 75 participants, all in all. Thank you. And our hashtag Read to Succeed Calapan.
Marami pong salamat, Sir Joey. Calapan City, Read to Succeed. Ngayon naman po, tinatawagan natin ang Division of Palawan. Ma'am Nora Langit, EPS in English. Ma'am Abigail Constantino, Division English Coordinator. And Ma'am Nancy Alaska, EPS in Filipino. Thank you po. Ay, nagkapalitan po. Ma'am Nora Langit, our EPS in Filipino. And Ma'am Nancy Alaska, our EPS in English. Ma'am, take it away. Mula po sa Division of Palawan.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat mula sa lalawigan ng Palawan, DepEd Palawan, na may hashtag na DepEd Maasahan sa pangunguna ng aming Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Roger F. Capa, CESO 6, ang dalawang butihing at magagaling masisipag na mga OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Arnie Ventura and Sir Rufino B. Foss, ang aming CID Chief, Ma'am Aurelia B. Marquez, at ang SDOG Chief, Ma'am Felina P. Padrones, mula sa lalawigan na tinaguriang Luntian at may pinakamahabang beach sa buong Pilipinas, Palawan. Baka po may kasamang aming nagpe-present dyan si Ma'am Abby sa aming tinawagan. Kami po ay binubuo ng mga guro mula sa 35 distrito sa buong lalawigan at 806 na pong mga paaralan, elementarya at sekundarya. Sa kasalukuyan, kami ay mayroong registered na 250 participants. Dangan nga lamang po sila ay hindi nakapag-rename mga iba at meron pa kailangan pa mag-struggle sa pagsali dahil sa masamang panahon sa aming lalawigan.
Salamat po, Ma'am Nora from Division of Palawan. Palawan, maaasahan. Ngayon naman po, pakinggan natin mula sa Division ng Puerto Princesa City.
Sarto na.
To be introduced by Ma'am Glenda Almeniana, our EPS in English, and Sir Luis Machong, our EPS in Filipino.
Isang nakababasa at nakauunawang umaga po, MIMAROPA. Mula sa gitna ng malawak at maunlad na city in the forest, matatagpuan ang dibisyon ng lungsod ng Puerto Princesa na nasa sentro ng Kabiasnan upang magbigay ng serbisyo at pagpatuloy ang pag-aaral at pagkatuto sa kabila ng kung paano paiiralin ang new normal na sitwasyon mula sa karaniwang daloy ng buhay at tugunan ng pagpapairal ng learning must continue, education must continue. Ang dibisyon ng lungsod ng Puerto Princesa ay nakikiisa sa reading program sa pamamagitan ng Batang Puerto Princesa Bumabasa. Bilang tugon sa DepEd Memo 3 Series 2019, Hamon Bawat Bata Bumabasa o 3BIS Initiative at pagsuporta sa National Reading Month Celebration. Isang karangalang maipakilala sa inyo ang mga bumubuo ng mga kalahok mula sa dibisyon ng lungsod na Puerto Princesa. Ang mga kalahok ay binubuo ng 75 kalahok, isang CID chief, 2 EPSS, 10 PSDSS kasama ang mga piling school heads, department heads, master teachers, and teachers from elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. Sa ngalan ng aming Officer in Charge, Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Loida P. Adornado at OIC Assistant Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Marites P. Perez, ang aming pagsuporta at pagtugon sa pagtataguyod ng lahat ng programa ng Department of Education. Once again, from a city in a forest and SDOPPC, isang nakababasa at nakauunawa sa umaga po sa lahat. Hashtag Angat PPC, mayad nga timprano kaninong tanan, MIMAROPATS.
Thank you po, Sir Luis. Angat PPC. To continue, bigyan naman po natin ang pagkakataon ang division ng Romblon para ipakilala ang kanilang mga participants. Ma'am Ruelda Lucin, EPS in English. Sir Ilalbe Junio, EPS in Filipino. Division of Romblon.
First half.
SDO Romblon po.
Hello?
Yes po.
Naririnig na po ako, Ma'am Beng?
Yes po, Ma'am
Okay.
Lucin. Opo.
Thank you very much po. Okay. Good morning, MIMAROPA participants. From the topographically isolated schools in Sibuyan Island, where the iPad learners use the two-way radio, to the plains of Tablas Island, the scattered islands of San Jose, Corcuera, Concepcion, and Banton, to the Marble Capital, where the learners use printable and digital reading materials. ISD Romblon commits and continues to develop the reading abilities of Romblomanon learners despite pandemic. Sticking to its theme, reading development continues despite pandemic. Here in ISD Romblon, we will intensively promote and implement ISD Romblon's reading initiative titled Project Grace, Grow in Reading Attitude, Comprehension, and Enthusiasm, supported by 200 elementary school heads, 50 secondary schools, with our ESDS, Dr. Malu Serbando, ASDS, Dr. Mabel F. Musa, and supported by the attendees to this regional reading congress, started from our hardworking and goal-focused OIC CID Chief, Dr. Melchor M. Pamorcan, with our ever-supportive 10 PSDS, 3 coordinating principals, 17 school heads, elementary and secondary, 22 master teachers from elementary and secondary schools, 21 teachers from elementary and secondary schools, with my partner in Filipino, EPS Ilalbi Junio. This is your SDO Reading Coordinator of Romblon, Ma'am Lucen F. Ruelda, with a hashtag. Here in
Hashtag, here in SDO Romblon, we choose to inspire and do.
Good morning again.
Morning.
Thank you po, Ma'am Lucine. In Romblon, we choose to inspire and do. Thank you po. At tinatawag naman po natin na kasunod na Division of Marinduque. To introduce the participants from Marinduque, we have Ma'am Jelly Sore, EPS in English, and Ma'am Flory Rehencia, EPS in Filipino.
Thank you po, Ma'am Beng.
Yes po, Ma'am Jelly. You're welcome po.
Thank you po. To the Regional Director, Dr. Nicolas Capulong, the Chief of the CLMD, Madam Marie Flor Musa, CLMD family, to everyone in this virtual gathering, good morning. Hashtag Basa Baya Lahat. Basa Baya Lahat program is the flagship reading program of the Schools Division of Marinduque. And the division mantras, lead to excel, excel to lead. SDO Marinduque is located at the heart of the Philippines and is the Boriones capital of the Philippines. On behalf of 183 elementary, 46 secondary schools, we, the 75 participants, take pride in representing the Schools Division of Marinduque in this first ever Regional Reading Congress. With me are the other 74 participants in the persons of our CID Chief, Mrs. Lani Madla Similia, the Education Program Supervisor in Filipino, Mrs. Flory Rehencia, 9 public schools district supervisors, 21 school heads, 20 master teachers, and 22 teachers. Ngani Baya Mandin are the expressions we connect as our affirmation for love for reading. Hashtag Basa Baya Lahat. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you po, Ma'am Jelly. Basa Baya Lahat mula sa Division ng Marinduque. Thank you po. And now we have the last division rather, Division of Oriental Mindoro. Okay, may we call Ma'am Edna po?
Hello, good morning po. On behalf of Ormin, according to Ma'am Magdalena Morales, medyo mahina daw po ang kanilang internet. They are composed of 75 participants, headed by their SDS, Ma'am Susana Bautista, and Sir Rafael G. Manalo, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, and their Chief of the Curriculum Instruction Division, Charity Agabas Kapunitan. Thank you.
Thank you po, Ma'am Edna. Thank you very much to our very energetic EPSS and to our participants. At this time, I would like to present the people behind the success of this endeavor. The project management team, headed by our Regional Director, Dr. Nicolas Ticapulong, and our ARD Attorney Susetti Ganaban Medina with the functional division chiefs. Yan po, sila po ang ating mga division chiefs. And of course, the division implementer, the Curriculum and Learning Management Division, headed by our chief, Madam Mariflor B. Musa, and the focal persons of this activity, Ma'am Edna and Sir Kay, and with the rest of the education program supervisors. Ayan po. This event wouldn't also be possible without the assistance given by the technical working group, which is headed by Dr. Maria Katrina Sandra Magdamit. And ito po, sila po ang bumubuo ng ating technical working group. Sir John Paul Cosme, Sir Alexander B. Abeleda, Sir Steve, Ma'am Lizelle, Sir Byron, Sir Jenriel, Dr. Grisel, Ma'am Rosalinda, Sir Louis, and of course from MIMAROPA, Sir Gerald Engay from ICTU MIMAROPA. This time, let's meet our speakers na lubos nating makikilala during their respective session. Of course, our Regional Director, Dr. Nicolas Ticapulong, Dr. Voltaire Villanueva, Dr. Mary Ruth Gutierrez, Dr. Sammy Q. Dolba, Dr. Al Ryan G. Gacho, Dr. Felicitas E. Pado, Dr. Clarissa D. Dia, and of course, Dr. Joyce D.R. Andaya, and Dr. Laila P. Ariola. Sila po ang ating mga resource speakers para sa ating Reading Congress. I am sending you all my big good luck, and let's listen attentively during their sessions. And of course, let's take this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Reading is power. Tandaan po natin. More powers to everyone. God bless and thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Annabelle Marmol. Ayan, very challenging ang nangyari sa atin pero still nakatawid tayo at naipakilala po natin ang ating mga participants. Muli, ang aming pong pasasalamat sa mga education program supervisors in Filipino and English para po sa inyong pagpapakilala sa number of facts ng inyong pong division, as well as sa konting introduction po para makilala namin ng lubusan ang inyong pong mga schools division offices. Maraming salamat po. This time, to give us inspiring words, let's call on the very supportive father of MIMAROPA region, the man of determination and hard work. Virtual hand for our regional director. Bigyan po natin muli ng isang masigabong palakpakan, virtually, Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong.
Thank you so much, Ma'am San. My respect and greetings to our schools division superintendents, to the assistant schools division superintendent, of course, to my family here in the regional office, especially the CLMD headed by Ma'am Flor, and the rest of the chiefs of the regional office, as well as the supervisors. My greetings also go to our division chiefs, division supervisors, of course, to our school heads who may be here, and of course, our dear teachers. For many months, we thought of how to improve our academic performance. We thought of putting up some instructional materials. We thought of conducting seminar workshops. But there is a thing that we have to come together to resolve the issue, to find solutions, and of course, to act collectively. And that is how to improve the reading proficiency of our learners. We conceptualize this seminar workshop so that we will be reinvigorated, revitalized, and perhaps an opportunity for us to look back on how we used to teach reading in the elementary, in the secondary school, be it junior or in the senior high school. We invited competent lecturers and speakers. We negotiated for many months so that we could come out with a very strong, formidable, and very competent team of speakers and lecturers who will be properly introduced later. And of course, with our own CLMD family, we brainstorm, we discuss, we revise, so that we could come out with a very beautiful program just for you, my dear participants. The reason, of course, is we want to help, we want to capacitate our teachers so that in return, they may be using whatever they will learn from this seminar workshop in teaching reading among our learners. Perhaps later you will see in my discussion why there's a need for us to come together to join forces in order to improve the reading ability efficiency of our learners. Sa Tagalog po, ako ay naging mapagbasa. Naging mahilig po ako ng magbasa. Tandang-tanda ko pa po yon ng aking lola ay mahilig magbasa ng, kung natatandaan po ninyo, yung liwayway, no? Yung magazine na may comics. Tapos po yung bulaklak. Binabasa ko po yan. Nag-enjoy po ako. Tapos so, nung bata po ako, yung mga iba ho, naranasan pa rin po ninyo yan. Nagbabasa po ako ng comics, no? Yung comics na Aliwan, Superstar, Tagalog Classics, until finally I became so engrossed in reading. Sabi ko nga po, nung high school ako, nagbasa-basa din ako ng Mills and Boons, no? Mga love story na. Alam mo naman, pag teenager ho tayo, mahilig tayo ng ganun. Then, I shifted to Barbara Cartland, no? Talagang nagustuhan ko po yung style of writing ni Barbara Cartland. Then when I was in college, I became interested in the writings of Agatha Christie. Yung po may mysterious effect, no? Si Mr. Poirot and all those things. And then as I grow older, I shift from one interest to another. I started reading biographies, autobiographies of famous leaders, and of course, some philosophical books. What I am trying to say here is, I perhaps became a regional director because of the many information that I was able to gather from the books that I read. And that is why I am a very enthusiast of reading. And that is why I would like to share these things with you. Sana po sa mga susunod pang araw, ako po ay nakikiusap sa ating mga school division offices, sa mga EPSS po natin. Sana ho ay huwag kayong liliban sa mga session. Kasi po may plenary at mayroon po tayong mga breakout sessions kung saan mag-ipon-ipon yung mga parang grade 1 hanggang grade 2, something like that. Then 3, 4, 5, 6 in your high school to discuss particular issues in teaching reading in particular grades, na sana po ay lahat ay makipag-participate para pa po tayo ay matuto ng maigi. Sabi ko nga po, kung sana nabawasan na ang pandemya natin, ang cases of COVID, sana ay kinonceptualize namin ay face-to-face para po mas maganda siya. But of course, we have to observe protocols, and of course, because of our of the health challenges that we are facing, hindi muna po pwede. Kaya virtual po. Sana ho ako nakikiusap, ay walang liliban, walang aalis, upang marami po tayong matutunan. I will see you later with my discussion. A blessed morning to all of you. And of course, I would like to say thank you to my technical working group. Maya-maya ho ako ay babalik sa opisina upang maghanda na po sa aming biyahe papuntang Oriental Mindoro at Calapan City upang mabisita ho at makita ang kayo. So we can also prepare for the eventual opening of our schools. Alam niyo po, ngayon po ang umpisa ng pilot testing ng face-to-face classes. Sana po ipagdasal natin na magiging maayos po ito hanggang Enero. Ito po ang time frame na binigay sa atin upang pag-aaralan ang face-to-face. Pagdasal po natin to ay maging maganda at para po magkaroon pa ng expansion, yung mga eskwelang magpa-pilot po ng face-to-face. Muli, isang magandang umaga. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong, our Regional Director, for those encouraging and inspiring words. There are really challenges, especially in reading, that this new normal setup in education has to confront with in order for it to produce quality readers. However, challenges do not remain as challenges when they were provided with appropriate responses. Quality education can still be accessible to every learner who has the right to obtain it, as long as the motivation, the determination were infused within the learners. There is no way learning cannot take place. Thank you very much. Ordinate, bigyan po muli natin ng virtual round of applause ang ama ng Regional MIMAROPA Region, Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong. Thank you very much, Ordi. At ngayon naman po, let's feel the love and be more inspired as the Duque High Ensemble with Sir Gerson C. Manahan, Sir James Noriel B. Reyes, Sir Darwin Morales, Ma'am Krishna Insigne, Ma'am Chariz Ann Lamarca of Marinduque National High School from the Schools Division of Marinduque render an OPM song number. A virtual hand, please.
Sabay kong nadarama ang kapa't ligaya. Ang iyong tinig, wari ko'y di marinig, pagkat namamangha pagkausap ka. Kaya nais kong malaman mo ang sinisigaw nitong aking puso. Pangarap ko ang ibigin ka, at sa habang panahon ikaw ay makasama. Ikaw na lang ang siyang kulang sa buhay kong ito. Pangarap ko ang ibigin ka. Ikaw kaya ay nais din akong makapiling at ibigin. O kay sarap namang isipin na tayong dalawa ay iisa ang damdamin. Aking hinihiling na sabihin mo ang nilalaman nitong aking puso. Pangarap ko ang ibigin ka, at sa habang panahon ikaw ay makasama. Ikaw na lang ang siyang kulang sa habang panahon, ikaw ay makasama. Ikaw na lang ang siyang kulang sa buhay kong ito. Pangarap ko ang ibigin ka. Ikaw ay makasama. Ikaw na lang ang siyang kulang sa buhay kong ito. Pangarap ko, pangarap ko, pangarap ko ang ibigin ka.
Wow, muli maraming salamat Sir Gerson, Sir James Noriel, Sir Darwin, Ma'am Krishna, Ma'am Charisse from Marinduque National High School, SDO Marinduque. Maraming salamat. Tunay na nakakakilig at walang tatalo pa rin po sa OPM songs. Kung nagustuhan nyo po ang ibinigay naming awitin, pwede bang punuin natin ang screen natin ng heart emoji? Ayan, katulad ng merong emoji sa aking screen. Pwede po ba? Kung talagang natuwa at kinilig tayo sa OPM song na inirender ng Marinduque National High School, ayan, isang emoji naman dyan. Thank you very much po. Nakakatuwa dahil hindi pa rin po talaga nawawala sa panahon natin ngayon ang musikang Pilipino. Kaya mabuhay po ang musikang Pilipino. At sa pagkakataong ito, isang karangalan po na makasama natin ngayong umaga upang bahaginan tayo ng kanyang salita at upang magpahatid ng suporta. Mga kaibigan, isang karangalan po na ipakilala ko sa inyo ang ina ng kagawaran ng edukasyon, Professor Leonor Magtolis Briones. Saksihan po muna natin ang kanyang video introduction.
Leonor Magtolis Briones, a passionate educator, an adventurous writer, a gender advocate, a faithful servant of God, a trusted public servant, and a loving mother. She had her education at Silliman University in 1958, obtaining a bachelor's degree in business administration, majoring in accounting, and obtained magna cum laude at the early age of 17. She obtained her master's degree in public administration from the University of the Philippines and postgraduate diploma in development administration from Leeds University in England. She was also conferred Doctor of Public Administration honoris causa by the Central Philippine University in 2014. Liling has also been an achiever, as she was awarded with distinction from Leeds University, England, and obtained certificates in policy in public enterprise from Harvard Institute for International Development, Harvard University, and innovations in governance from the John F. Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University, Massachusetts. Later on, she ventured into public service as secretary to the Commission on Audit and served as the National Treasurer of the Philippines. She also accepted the UP presidency nomination in 2010 that was initiated by the National College of Public Administration and Governance students and was supported by more than 1,000 people coming from the faculty and alumni through signature campaigns. She also pursued her life's advocacies, including fighting for social justice. As an established leader, she headed the Freedom from Debt Coalition. Briones was also a gender advocate who raised the level of discourse to address the plight of women. As a passionate advocate for social justice, she addressed the United Nations General Assembly in September 2005. In front of an international delegation, she bravely uttered to them, "Fulfill your promises, as the poor cannot wait for too long." She also became a party list nominee to the Congress under the banner of Kaakbay Party in 2012, which advocated for social reforms. She also served as a prominent petitioner of several non-government organizations and individuals which questioned the constitutionality of the disbursement acceleration program of the previous administration. Secretary Liling has spent most of her life as an educator. Whenever or wherever she delivered a public lecture, she taught like a teacher in a classroom. She became a researcher and professor at the University of the Philippines for over 50 years and was later conferred as Professor Emeritus in 2013 for her outstanding achievement inside and outside the university. A natural lover of music, she is also a member of the Manila Concert Choir and is currently serving as its president. With her invaluable success and journey as a leader and educator, she embraced public service and accepted the challenge to become the Secretary of the Department of Education of the Duterte administration. One of her greatest contributions to DepEd is the installation of reforms in the education system through the launch of Sulong Edukalidad, the rallying call for national effort to innovate Philippine education. Recently, she launched 2 books that depicted her life as an accomplished public servant and author. The first one was her biography, Faith, Duty, and Country, written by her friend and confidant for nearly 55 years, Dr. Proserpina Chit Domingo Tapales, a former dean of NCPAG, on her journey from being a poor girl from Gihulngan, Negros Oriental, up to being a public servant and advocate of education for all. Her second book, Boiled Green Bananas, is a compilation of her columns published in the Business Mirror from 2006 to 2016. To quote her supporters, "There is no shadow of doubt on Briones' probity and integrity." And until today, throughout her 80 years of experience, she shows how a true servant leader should be: ethical, dignified, and responsible.
Folks, without further ado, let's listen to the message of the Secretary of Education. Help me in welcoming the Mother of the Department of Education, a virtual hand to Professor Leonor Magtolis Briones.
I'm very pleased and happy to be part of this launching ceremony for the kick-off of the Pambansang Buwan ng Pagbasa. It's good to pause for a while and the flurry of so many activities to reflect on how we have progressed or not at all in the arena of reading. Our national and international large-scale assessments have shown that we still are deficient in the area of reading skills for our learners. And so this year's celebration of the National Reading Month centers on the theme, Bawat Bata Bumabasa sa Kabila ng Hamon ng Pandemya. The pandemia notwithstanding, we should continue teaching our learners how to read. In my own personal experience as a child growing up during the period, that horrible period of World War II, my mother gathered the children from the mountains where we evacuated and taught the children how to read, and it kept them distracted from the horrors of war. It gave them stories, wonderful stories, fairy tales, and lessons from different books, even as they were taught how to read amidst the sound of bombs, the drone of airplanes. And so we have a series of objectives here, which is to really equip our learners with learning and reading abilities so that they can be proficient and independent readers. I cannot imagine growing up without being able to read. I cannot imagine a child being deprived of knowledge, of information, of lessons because they don't know how to read. It's like being blind. It's like being deaf while the world moves on around us. And so, this pambansang buwan ng pagbasa serves as a reminder to us in the light of our performance in national and international assessment tests that we must double our efforts to close the learning gap, particularly in the area of reading. This is considered the cornerstone of learning. One cannot learn if one does not know how to read. Not only do all courses require basic reading skills, but one's capacity to comprehend what is read and also be used to gauge academic programs is the skill of reading. Inability to read causes children to fall behind each year, and recurrent failure can lead to frustration and maladjustments. And so, as we launch our month for reading, I hope that we follow the example of one country where the children are required to carry in their bags at least a book. So while waiting for the bus or the train or the sundo from the parents and the yayas, they sit and read instead of texting and making telephone calls. So there's always a book to read inside their bags while they are also waiting for other events to take place, like sundo, the arrival of a bus or a train, or of a parent and a yaya. I hope that we encourage the habit of reading. The best informed people read a lot. Those who are in touch with what is happening in the world read a lot. The wisest people read and gather wisdom from the materials that they read. So let us celebrate our reading month, not just for a month, but make it a habit for our learners to read and enjoy their growing up with books. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, DepEd Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones sa inyong pagbabahagi ng inspirasyon sa lahat ng guro sa bansa. Bawat isa po ay may tungkulin na dapat gampanan upang matutong magbasa ang mga mag-aaral. Wala pong pinipiling oras, panahon o maging lugar, katulad na labang po ng isang halimbawa ni Secretary Briones. Kailangan po, there's always a book to read inside a child's bag. And let's encourage everyone the habit of reading. Muli po, isang virtual round of applause to DepEd Secretary Professor Leonor Magtolis Briones. Maraming salamat po. And together with Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong, our Regional Director, and our Assistant Regional Director, Atty. Giuseppe Ganaban Medina, we humbly award this plaque of recognition to our dear DepEd Secretary Briones. This certificate of recognition or plaque of recognition is awarded to Professor Leonor Magtolis Briones, Secretary, Department of Education, for sharing her invaluable knowledge, wisdom, and expertise as keynote speaker during the 2021 Regional Online Reading Congress held on November 15 to 17, 2021 via Zoom. Given this 15th day of November 2021 in Pasig City, Philippines, signed by our Regional Director, Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong. This plaque of recognition is hereby awarded to Professor Leonor Magtolis Briones. Naniniwala po kami na isa sa nagpapaganda ng ating araw, maging po ng ating Professor Briones, ay makapakinig po ng mga paboritong awitin natin sa pamamagitan ng isang harana. Naharana na po ba kayo? Or hindi pa? Ayan. Ngayong umaga, makakaranas tayong haranahin. Kaya nga, MIMAROPA, Pilipinas, to serenade our DepEd Secretary at tayo pong lahat na nanonood live via Zoom and via Facebook page. At nagdiwang din po ng karawan ang ating Professor Briones, kamakailan lamang. So I give you the ultimate Har Najib of the Schools Division of Calapan City. Please welcome Sir Najib Fajardo. Ayan. Muli po habang hinihintay natin ang harana ng ating Har Najib, gusto ko pong ipaalala sa ating lahat. Siyempre kanina, napakaganda po ng mga hashtag sa ibinigay ninyo. Magbibigay po kami ng mga special awards, lalo higit po ang magpapakita ng outstanding performance, lalo na po sa ating mga lectures, maya-maya lamang hanggang sa huling araw. At habang hinihintay po, maaari na po muna tayong mag-photo opportunity at maya-maya lamang po mapapakinggan na po natin ang harana na nag-iisang ultimate Har Najib. Ayan, nandiyan na. Okay, palakpakan po natin virtually Sir Najib Fajardo. Wow! Maraming salamat po. At alam ko po, nagustuhan po yan ng aming Chief, Ma'am Mariflor V. Musa. Talagang hindi po niya pinalampas ang Haranajib ng Kalapan. At alam ko po, habang nakiplay ng saxophone si Sir Najib kanina, marami sa inyo ang kumakanta at sinasabayan po ito. Ayan, thank you very much po, Sir Najib. Ayan. So, maaari na po ba tayong magkaroon ng photo opportunity para makita po namin ang inyong napakagagandang faces? Ayan. Pwede po bang mag-open ang camera ang lahat para sa ating photo opportunity? Ayan. Ayan, okay po. So, pwede po ba mag-open ang camera ang lahat para sa ating photo opportunity? Yan, thank you very much. So, ika-capture po tayo per slide. So, first slide po muna tayo. Just give your best smile ngayong umaga. Thank you very much. First slide, in the 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. And second slide, 1, 2, 3. Ayan, kagaganda. Third slide. Smile lang po. Hanggang sa manakita ating mga pisngi, katulad ng sa aking pisngi. Smile lang po. Third slide, fourth slide. Ayan. Sige lang po, ngiti lang tayo. Kaway-kaway po sa mga nakikita niyong kakilala. Isa rin pong napakagandang opportunity talaga. Pag nagpi-picture taking tayo, nakikita natin virtually ang ating mga kumare at kumpare na nasa ibang division office. Ayan. Kahit may pandemya, hindi po tayo mapapaghiwalay gamit ang mga makabagong technology like this platform. Ayan, bigyan lang po ako ng cue ng ating PWG. Once tapos na po tayo. Thank you very much. Ayan, thank you very much. Maraming salamat po. Ayan, alam ko yung ngiting yan kanina nung kinikilig kayo habang nagsa-saxophone si Sir Najib. Ayan. So, i-maintain lang po yung ngiting yan hanggang sa third day natin. Ganda ng ngiti ni Doc Joey talaga. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. At ngayon po, to present the purpose of this endeavor, tinatawagan ko po ang focal person po ng activity na to. Please welcome the Education Program Supervisor in English, Ma'am Eda C. Wobel.
Thank you, Ma'am Kat. To our respected and brilliant Regional Director, Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong, to our intelligent OIC Assistant Regional Director, Attorney Josette T. Ganaban Medina, to the chiefs of the functional divisions, to our chief at the CLMD, to the SDSS, EPSS of English and Filipino in the region and at the SDOs, public schools district supervisors, school heads, select teachers, my comrade at the CLMT, a pleasant morning to all of you. PhilED post-test results in the previous years, 2019-2020, relatively show that several learners still belong to the frustration level. Further, difficulties encountered in other learning areas are often accounted for by their struggles to read and comprehend. This low performance is even compounded by the low registered results in the 2018 National Achievement Test, with the obtained overall mean percentage scores of 36.71 for grade 10, which is even lower than the national overall MPS. And this very alarming educational issue of the students' performance has led to the conceptualization of Basa MIMAROPA Reading Initiative. This region believes that if a learner knows how to read and comprehend, he can progress academically. This belief had led to the conceptualization of the Basa MIMAROPA Reading Initiative. Currently, this project was enhanced by the introduction of the project grade of this region. Basa MIMAROPA Build, Assess, Strengthen, and Achieve Reading Learners by 2025 is a flagship reading program of DepEd MIMAROPA in support of the National Office Initiative Bawat Bata Bumabasa. This reading initiative seeks to enhance good readers while assisting or scaffolding struggling readers and non-readers to ensure that no one will be left behind. Likewise, it seeks to develop a training model to enhance teachers' competence in the teaching of reading. This year, through the guidance of our regional director, Dr. Nicolas T. Capulong, this program was enhanced for its intensified implementation in the school levels. As an initial activity, compilation and development of supplementary reading materials in different genres in all grade levels are on its height of preparation for use as a learning support in the present school year. Basa Reading Operational Plan entitled Basa MIMAROPA, a roadmap to literacy, was improved to certainly direct the teachers in the field on the house of becoming a good reading teacher through the suggested strategies and activities to be undertaken to help and scaffold all types of readers. To put Basa MIMAROPA roadmap to literacy in action, this region, through the Curriculum and Learning Management Division, through the guidance of our regional director, this 3-day regional reading congress was conceptualized with the aim of gathering school leaders and teachers to discuss strategic plans and spreading enthusiasm in reading and address the current gaps in reading literacy in MIMAROPA region. Specifically, it aims to enhance teachers' knowledge, skills, and attitude on the different reading pedagogies applicable to different types of readers or learners. Orient participants on the different stages of reading development. Another, improve participants' ability to assess learners' literacy and reading skills. And at the end of this activity, you are all expected to develop an organized and feasible school-based reading program. That's all. Thank you. Happy learning and good luck to all of us. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Edna C. Wobel, Education Program Supervisor in English. Maraming salamat po. And at this time, to give us the training matrix, let's welcome the Education Program Supervisor in LRMS and Araling Panlipunan, Dr. Freddie Ray Ramirez.
Hello po, good morning everyone. My respect and greetings to our DepEdQ officials from the CO, RO, and Schools Division offices, our guests, to you, my fellow public servants in the Department of Education, my warmest greetings of love and wellness energies to everyone. It is my pleasure to present before you the training matrix and mechanics of our 3-day reading congress. Next slide, please, for Steve. To start off, of course, we just had our opening program. And right after that, we will have our first plenary session on the state of reading in DepEd MIMAROPA region. That will be given to us by our regional director and with me as the moderator and Sir JP as our documenter. And then we will have our short open forum right after the presentation of our regional director. And then we will have enough time for our lunch break while having our diagnostic test. That's from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. Now, for the afternoon, we will begin our session at exactly 1 o'clock. And for the afternoon session, let me remind everyone that we will have 2 breakout rooms. Ano po? The first breakout room will be for the English group, and the second room will be for the Filipino group. For room 1, that's for English, we will have Dr. Mary Ruth Gutierrez for diagnosing learners' reading ability. Then Ma'am Sandra will also be our moderator, and with Sir John Paul Cosme as our documenter. Now for room 2, for Filipino group, we will have Dr. Voltaire and Villanueva sa issue sa pagbasa, PISA at sana at nasa ng mga guro, with Sir Haji as our moderator and Ma'am Grizel as our documenter. Now, at 2:30 in the afternoon, we will remain in our respective breakout rooms because we will have the second session. Ano po? For room 1 again, for English group, we will have the same speaker, Dr. Mary Ruth Gutierrez for balanced reading program, and we will have Ma'am Din Lasquite as our moderator with Ma'am Rose de la Cruz as our documenter. Next, for Filipino group, that's for room 2, we will have Dr. Walter Villanueva for Filipino group for pagbuo ng talahanayang ABP sa pagbasa. And we will have Ma'am Oka Gia as our moderator and Ma'am Lizelle Bakiran as our documenter. So hopefully po for day 1, we will have our wrap up at 4 o'clock to 4:30. And that will be given to us by our master teacher from SDO Occidental Mindoro, Sir JP Cosme. So definitely, my dear educators, we will have meaningful topics for day 1. So please don't miss any of our topics, of our sessions. And that will even be enriched as we proceed to the day 2 of our Reading Congress. Next slide, Sir Steve. For day 2, of course, we will begin our day 2 with the management of learning. That will be spearheaded by our EPS in mathematics, Sir Dan Padilla. And then at 8 o'clock, exactly 8 o'clock, we will have our first plenary session for day 2. And we will have the Director of the Bureau of Curriculum Development, Dr. Joyce Dear Andaya, to give us the topic on the expected reading skills per key stage for our learners. Ano po? And then we will have Sir Haji as our moderator and Ma'am Rose de la Cruz as our documenter. Then at 9:30, we will now have again 2 breakout rooms. Again, for room 1, we will have the English group and room 2 for the Filipino group. For room 1, we will have the same speaker. We will have Dr. Gutierrez for teaching learners with reading difficulties. Our moderator will be Ma'am Edna Wabel, and our documenter will be Ma'am Rose de la Cruz. For room 2 for Filipino group, we will have the same speaker, Dr. Walter Villanueva, for pagtuturo na mag-aaral na may suliranin sa pagbasa. And our documenter will be Sir JP with our moderator, Sir Hay Falcotila. Then again, we will have enough time for our lunch from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. Then sa hapon po ng day 2, ito po ang ating medyo marami kasi because we will have 6 breakout rooms for the afternoon session for our day 2. Again po we will have 6 breakout rooms for day 2 of our afternoon session. So for room 1, that's for group 1, we will have Dr. Clarissa Gia for teaching reading readiness, or what we call emergent reading for kindergarten. Our FASI for that, or moderator, will be Sir Haji Palmero and Ma'am Rose de la Cruz as our documenter. Then we will have our room 2 for group 2. We will have teaching beginning reading for grades 1 and 2. And we will have Dr. Felicitas Ipado, for that teaching beginning reading. And then our documenter will be Sir JP with our moderator for room 2, Miss Magnolia Mabulo. And then for group 3, we will have Dr. Walter Villanueva. This for group 3 with the topic Konsepto at Konteksto ng Pagbasa sa Antas Primarya. Our moderator will be Sir Dan Padilla with the corresponding documenter, Ma'am Giselle Hernandez. Now, sa group 4 po, sa room 4, we will have the same speaker, Dr. Mary Ruth Gutierrez, for rapid growth in reading. This is for our grades 3 to 6. Ano po, teachers or participants. We will have Ma'am Sandra as our moderator, and she will also serve also as our documenter. Next, Sir Steve, next slide, please. Yan. For room 5, this is for group 5. We will have recreatory reading. This is for junior high school. Ano po? And we will have, for this topic, we will have Professor Sammy Q. Dolba, ano po, to discuss recreatory reading. Our moderator will be Ma'am Beng Marmol with our documenter, Ma'am Lizelle Bakiran. And for our group 6, it's for our room 6, we will have Dr. Al Ryan Gacho for functional reading, that is for senior high school. Ano po, our moderator will be Ma'am Edna Wabel, and she will also serve as our documenter. Ngayon po, pagdating po ng 3 o'clock in the afternoon for our D2, we will only have two breakout rooms. Again, one for the English and the other for Filipino. Again, for room 1, we will have Dr. Mary Ruth Gutierrez for handling remedial reading, and we will have Ma'am Aucagia as our moderator and Ma'am Lizelle as our documenter. For room 2, for Filipino group, we will have Dr. Walter Villanueva for the topic M3 sa P2, masaya, mabunga, mahalagang pagtuturo, pagkatuto ng pagbasa. Yan po ang ating sa Filipino group. And hopefully po, we could have our wrap-up at exactly 5 o'clock with Ma'am Rose de la Cruz from SDO Oriental Mindoro. Ayan. So next po will be the last day of our Reading Congress, Day 3, November 17. Of course, we have to begin with our MOL through our EPS in MAPE, Ma'am Annabel Marmol. And then we will have our first plenary session for the 3rd day at 8:30 in the morning. And for that, we will have Dr. Mary Ruth Gutierrez with her topic, Assessment of Reading Ability, with Ma'am Edna Wabel as our moderator and Ma'am Grisel Hernandez as our documenter. Ngayon po, we will again be given enough time for our lunch for 1 hour. And then in the afternoon, we will have our last speaker, the Director 4 of the Bureau of Learning Delivery, Dr. Leila Ariola, for her topic, Essential Components of Effective Reading Instruction. Our moderator will be our EPS in TVL and TLE, Ma'am Aucagia, with our documenter, Ma'am Grisel Hernandez. Then we will have our clearinghouse at 2:30 through our EPS in ALS, Ma'am Din Lasquite, and hopefully we could have our closing program at 3 o'clock in the afternoon with our MC, Ma'am Grisel Hernandez. So again, our speakers will be properly introduced before the sessions. So with this, we are confident that we will be learning so much from our caliber speakers. Once again, good morning po, mabuhay, and happy learning to all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Frederica Ramirez, for that very comprehensive presentation of our activity matrix. And that officially opens our 2021 Regional Online Reading Congress. A big hand for all of us. At maraming salamat po for your active participation in our opening program. Immediately po, we will be proceeding to a working health break. Makakasama na po natin maya-maya ang ating pong Regional Director, Dr. Nicolasti Capulong. For the meantime, please bear in mind all the instructions and reminders to be given by the facilitators. May we request po everyone to answer our diagnostic test. To be given by Sir AJ. Ayan, so ilalagay na po ang ating pong diagnostic test sa ating pong chat box while we are having our working break. Kaya i-grab nyo po ang inyong kape or kahit anuman po ang meron kayo dyan para komportable po kayo sa ating pakikinig. Reading Congress is a celebration of the MIMAROPA's love for reading. Reading is powerful, so powerful that it shapes the philosophy of humankind. Enjoy po our upcoming lectures with our high-caliber speakers. Let's instill in our minds the purpose why we are here despite of this very challenging situation. This has been Maria Caterina Sandra A. Magdalene Cortez. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.